Well, the Bayside's 26-year title drought will have to wait another season. Kent Island grounded Milford Mill's explosive offense here at Navy Stadium and held the Millers to just 25 points total. In fact, they even led 10-7 at halftime, but a long drive to start the third for MM plus some timely scores in the fourth quarter ultimately took last year's runner-up to the 2022 2A state champions.
What's going on, sports fans? Tim Nolan with you on the final score, and the best part about Mondays is recapping all that football from the weekend. Phillies on top of the sports world. Jets and Giants have both matched win totals from a year ago, and we've got it coming up. But first, let's keep it here on Delmarva for a Saturday showdown in Del Mar with Sussex Tech.
Riley's approaching this year's backfield by committee. There's Brian Waters, the senior, the powerful back who's going to lead the charge. Then there's Nasir Holden, the speedster, the self-proclaimed fastest player on the team. But that third guy is still up for grabs. That's how Sofanowski and the Bucks view every single team. Gray. It's an approach he's been using since his first stint here in Stevensville. And who knows, maybe just one game could come down to that final kick. Reporting from Snow Hill, Maryland for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Tim Nolan.
The state quarterfinals in Maryland are upon us for football. For some teams, it could be easy to be overwhelmed by those emotions, but on Kent Island, it's business as usual. That's right, for one final time, it's football game day on the Eastern Shore. Kent Island makes the trip to Annapolis for a chance at history in Navy Stadium. Yeah, Delmarva, if you haven't gotten caught up on the sports weekend, here's the Spark Notes. Philly is on top of the sports world. Eagles are 6-0 for the first time since 2004, and the Phillies are headed to the NLCS. For Philly fans, that Christmas morning feeling is coming early this year. The Phillies play Game 1 of the World Series in just a couple of moments in Houston. It's the first time since 2009 the Fightins are in the October Classic.
Don't have to play 18. What are you shooting?
Oh, what am I saying I shot, or what? Depends on the gimmies, but I like to shoot around, like 88, 85. That's kind of my go-to right now. So.
A couple mulligans we won't tell anyone about.
We won't tell anybody. A couple breakfast balls maybe, but.
Now, if I were to be up here in the polo and the headset, what is something that would go with this right here?
What jewelry-wise?
What would we think, a watch? More maybe?
Yeah, real clean.
A chain
real clean.
under?
Plain Jane watch.
Okay.
Keep your chain tucked right here. Nice plain Jane watch. Successful attitude.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying?
The always entertaining, the great Amon Shumpert. We got to get back to this dunk contest because Jimmy
just
Allen's
dunk.
going crazy.
As the calendar flips to October, there are sounds we take for granted. The popping of the pads at practice, the roar of the crowd on Friday night. But for Stephen Decatur's James Watkins, those are at a premium. The senior is the Seahawks starting left guard, and he was born deaf.
As a person with a hearing disability, if I ever try to talk to someone and I didn't hear it the first time, I say, what? And I keep saying it over and over and over again until I hear it. And so I have to try and read lips while also trying to hear them.
Watkins was convinced by a friend at the gym to try football as a sophomore. That was head coach Jake Coleman's first year with the Seahawks. Coleman says the only thing that seemed unordinary about Watkins was his numbers in the weight room.
James makes great eye contact, and I think he has a great ability to read lips and know the situation, and he kind of makes it a lot. Many times when you're coaching him, you forget about his hearing limitations until you're farther away from him and you're yelling at him and he's not responding.
James doesn't view his hearing loss as a limitation. Rather, it's opened him up and made him appreciate that just a little determination can allow him to accomplish so much.
When it comes to some people, the walls are higher and sometimes the walls were lower, But when it came to me, when I'm ever put on the spot, and I really have to try my best and give him my all. I give him my all because I know that there's going to be people who are going to count on me.
This year that means becoming a starter on the O-line. Watkins plays right next to the lone returner in left tackle A.J. Trimble. This puts the senior right next to Watson's good ear if he needs help.
He hears the play from Bryson, the original play, and he'll even hear the audible, but just to make sure I don't want to leave any chances, I just go ahead and remind him before the play goes. If you watch film, I'll either look over and talk to him or I'll put my finger out, or sometimes it's me saying who I have so he knows, but there's a lot of communication between us.
Watkins plans to play offensive line at Division III Gallaudet University just 3 years after starting the sport. It says the sky is truly the limit.
And I kept moving forward and with unwavering determination. And with that and the fact that you won't let something that you always had stop you, having that, it can take you a long way. Up and over the stars, man.
Reporting from Berlin, Maryland for Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Tim Nolan.